For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them.
Hello and welcome to another Funko Pop video. This is like, what, the second one in a row now? Yeah, this is obviously the special one. And I think that I should do this now because obviously if I'm going to keep delaying it, otherwise I'm like, well, I'm going to get this one. But then I'm also going to get this one. But I'm also going to get this one. So I'm like, might as well do it now. But I'm showing obviously my entire collection as of right now. And I mean, obviously you got all different franchises here. I'm just saying this now before you actually take a look at the collection. I know I showed it last video, but it is not very tidy. I'm not really a professional when it comes to these things, but when it comes to the organization and stuff, I've tried my best, but I will explain as we go section by section. And not only that, but currently it consists of 39 pops, and it will be 40 hopefully tomorrow. There is one that I'm hoping to get, which if I do, I will put it in this video. If I don't, then, well, obviously you know I didn't get it. It's the one of Eddie playing Master Puppets from the season 4 finale of Stranger Things. So if I get it, I get it. If I don't get it, I don't get it. So currently, as of recording this, it is 39 pops. So let's go over to the display. Just as an overview, this is what the collection is looking like. Yeah, I know it's not tidy. But before we get into the pops, obviously there's things in front of the pops. There's like 2 Lego, well, 3, 4, 5 Lego. Oh, there's 5 Lego sets there. There's Venom, the Guardian ship, the Lockwood Estate, very first Lego set from Jurassic Fallen Kingdom. Of course, Lego Optimus Prime, my favorite character ever. A tissue box, 2 Jokers, the Marvel Select Deadpool, which was given to me, and then obviously the 2 Black Mamba Transformers that I own that are oversized. But going row by row with the pops, we have, this is the Spider-Man row. So of course here is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, a pop which, to be honest with you, I'm surprised they still have a fair amount of them in stores. Like almost every Toys R Us I go to has at least one of these things, which is crazy to me because out of the 3, he is the OG Spider-Man. And this is the first pop I believe he's gotten. So I'm surprised that he's actually, you know, pretty common. Then, of course, Andrew Garfield. This is where it all started, folks. This was my very first pop. Of course, I know that people collect like thousands of these things. And where else to, you know, get one than to start with my favorite superhero, and that is Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I love him. He is the best Spider-Man, and I don't care what anyone says. Amazing Spider-Man 2 was awesome. Then we have Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I had a choice between getting this and the integrated suit, which is obviously when Dr. Octopus gives him the gives him the bit of the nanotech suit back. But I ultimately chose this one since this is of course the shiny suit from the end of No Way Home, which is hopefully the one he will be using in the future. And yes, Spider-Man is obviously where it started. I got Andrew Garfield and I was like, he's pretty cool, but I have to get the other 2. We have Miles Morales, of course. This was, in fact, I wasn't gonna get this, but this was the day that I saw Across the Spider-Verse, the 23rd of June. And I watched the movie and I was absolutely flabbergasted. I was amazed. And of course, I had to get this Funko Pop. Man, Across the Spider-Verse is, in my opinion, the best comic book film of all time. You may disagree, that's completely fine, but the way that it was crafted, the animation style, the writing, the characters, it was just phenomenal. Another Across the Spider-Verse character is Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. A really cool looking one. I love Miguel from the movie. He was, of course, a very frustrating character, but I mean, that's how he's meant to be. And, you know, I don't blame him. He is broken and really could get a redemption arc in Beyond the Spider-Verse. And then the final one for the Spider-Man row is this, the Spider-Man Oscorp suit. Now, I will be honest with you. I don't know what this is. This was a birthday present, and, you know, obviously, you know, they know that I love Pops and I love Spider-Man, and I don't know who this character is, but I didn't want to return it because it looks so cool. But yeah, no clue who it is, but I would not get rid of it. Not for the best pop in the world. Now this row is probably going to be the most popular among all of you, and that is the heavy hitters of Marvel, or at least, you know, the big characters. So of course we have Captain America here from Avengers Endgame. He does have his half broken shield and Mjolnir. Then we have Thor from Endgame. Of course, this is chubby Thor, and he does glow in the dark. I'm going to be honest with you, this is probably the creepiest one, because sometimes, obviously, my light is like right in front of it, and when I put the lights off to go sleep, I just see these blue things staring at me, and it's pretty creepy. Then, of course, to finish off the big three, we have Iron Man from Avengers Endgame, the final scene where he does snap his fingers, and that's why it does say there, I am Iron Man. In fact, I love it when Funko does this, but when you open the box, the flap on the inside actually says, I love you 3000, which I love that 3000. Then we have a special one here, the only one that I've ordered online, but it was from Takealot, which is South African, and that is President Loki. I obviously wanted something to celebrate the Loki show, since it was, oh my god, so good. Especially after the ending, I was like, I have to get one of a Loki. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, the main Loki, but this one I think looks awesome. I couldn't find the God Loki anywhere, you know, online, so I definitely had to get this. Then we have Doctor Strange, a pop, which I have not seen anywhere in stores in recent times. And actually, I should have said that for all of these. Cap, have not seen in a long time. Same with Thor. Iron Man, I've seen a few times. Loki, I've never seen. And yeah, I think apart from Thor and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, none of these are in stores near me. But of course, if you saw my last video, you would have seen this guy, and that is Matt Murdock from Spider-Man No Way Home. I love Daredevil, I absolutely love him, and his cameo in No Way Home was just brilliant. Then we move on to one of my favorite rows, and that is the horror villains. Of course, starting off with a bang, here is the man himself, Freddy Krueger. I love Freddy, and you know, he's just vanished from stores. I saw two of them, and I had to get him, but unfortunately he was never seen again. Next up, we do have his like knockoff version of Freddy Krueger, and that is Vecna from Stranger Things Season 4. God damn, this thing is awesome. I did see several Henry Creels, you know, like of him as like number one. I've seen the Blacklight Vecna. I've seen like the half and half where he's like turning into Vecna. But this was the first one I saw, and that is the glow in the dark. Obviously, when he was lit on fire at the end of Season 4. Damn, I love that one. Next up, we have Michael Myers hiding behind the hedge. Of course, an iconic scene from the original Halloween from 1978. That is when Laurie and her friends are walking down the road. Or, well, I don't even remember. I think it was just Laurie. I love how I called it an iconic scene. I can't even remember what happens. But yeah, obviously Michael is, you know, by the hedge, and then he just kind of whoop, peeps his head behind it. Next up, we do have Pennywise with the I Love Derry balloon. This thing is amazing. I love the detail on it. And yesterday I did actually find the one of him doing his like stupid dance. So yeah, that's pretty cool, but I really like this version. Next up, we have one of my favorite pops in my collection, and that is the Chucky and Tiffany pop. This thing is so creative. I absolutely love it. It is obviously half Chucky, half Tiffany, and it's in black and white. This looks amazing. I absolutely love this one, and like I said, it is one of my favorites in the collection. And yeah, I've never actually seen this in many people's collection videos on YouTube, so that's really cool. Then to finish off, we do have my first blacklight Funko, and that is the Xenomorph from Alien. I don't have a blacklight, but this thing looks awesome. Next up, we have the Star Wars row, and let me just explain why I have the child here. And that is because all Toys R Us's around the country are having a buy two get one free on Funko Pops. And, you know, obviously there were two that I wanted, and I wanted Jojo the Clownzilla from Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but my mom saw this and was like, he's adorable, you are taking him. So that's why I have him. Then, the one that I just got yesterday, Luke Skywalker. I mean, come on, you can't have a Funko Pop Star Wars row without Luke Skywalker. This is Darth Maul, a character that really is what introduced me to the franchise, since The Phantom Menace is the first Star Wars film I ever saw. And yeah, man, I love Darth Maul, and I think that this Funko is amazing. Then we have one which I've only ever seen once in stores, and that is Emperor Palpatine. Of course, he was in my video last time, but I love this one. And despite the movie that he was from, oh my god, this pop I had to get. And next to him, obviously, we have Darth Vader. This is, of course, Vader in his prime, and it just looks amazing, really. And then to finish off the Star Wars row, the first one that I ever got from the Star Wars franchise, and that is Darth Vader as he is dying. So, of course, you have Darth Vader in his prime, and then Vader as he's about to die. And what I love here is that you have, like, Emperor Palpatine, and then the two coolest Sith Lords on his side. Absolutely love that. And there's this one of Blue and Beta. This is, of course, from Jurassic World Dominion, and this is a foreign pop. This is the only pop I have in my collection that isn't from South Africa. As many of you know, I went to Europe last year, and there was this one store in Amsterdam. I don't know the name of it, but I'll probably put some pictures up right now if I can find them. And it was basically just a bunch of movie stuff. And my god, it was amazing. It had like 2 floors, and they did have this pop of Blue. They did have the T-Rex one. Unfortunately, it was just for display purposes, so it wasn't in its box. It was an out-of-the-box thing. But yeah, this thing is really cute, and I mean, we keep it downstairs, because of course this isn't like the other pops. This one is special. Then we have, this is like the general comic book row, because I don't really have enough to kind of designate this to anything. From here onwards, there is no organization, because these rows were, you know, organized. Obviously Spider-Man, big Marvel, horror villains, Star Wars. Now we get into the randos. We have Baby Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Absolutely adorable. And then we have one that I got yesterday. This was the free one that I got, and that is Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. I still really love the first Suicide Squad, and Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is one of the best castings ever, and of course Margot Robbie is my love. Then we have Michael Keaton's Batman, and even though it is from The Flash, Michael Keaton's Batman is Michael Keaton's Batman, and I really do love him. And this was again the first free one that I got from Toys R Us. But we have Jack Nicholson's Joker. Oh my god. Look, I know people love Ledger, I know, but come on, Jack Nicholson as Joker. Like, when you look at Joker from the comics and you look at Jack, he's just, it's perfection. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, when it comes to like comparing with the comic Joker, Jack Nicholson I think is better than Heath Ledger. Ledger is definitely the better villain. There's no comparison there. But as far as what the Joker I think should be, which is intimidating yet still having that comedic funny side to it, I think Jack Nicholson was the best. Then we got the two over here. Of course, I can't look at them individually. We have Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh my god, I had to get them in anticipation of Deadpool and Wolverine. I am so excited for that movie. And you know, this Deadpool one, I did contemplate getting the ones from Deadpool and Wolverine,
but I actually kind of prefer how these ones look, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Then down here we have Po from Kung Fu Panda, of course, my favorite animated franchise of all time. And my god, Po is just so adorable, man. Jack Black as Po is one of the funniest characters in animated history. He is just phenomenal. Next to him, we do have another big teddy bear, and that is Korg from Thor: Love and Thunder, a movie which I absolutely hate. But yeah, I did decide to get this because I do really like Korg. And, you know, I deliberately never got Gore the God Butcher because I did not want that movie's title card in my collection. But I guess now there's nothing really stopping me.
The next day.
Okay, it is the next day. And thank God I did get the last one. This is Eddie from Stranger Things Season 4, of course, the season finale. And my god, this is my second favorite moment from the show, when he is playing Master of Puppets on that guitar. I wish that I had known the song Master of Puppets when I watched this episode, but since then I've come to just absolutely love the song. And you know, Eddie playing it is just one of the coolest things. As I said, second favorite moment from the entire show. And yeah, man, I needed this one. And it was slightly cheaper than usual. I think about $1 cheaper than, you know. I have to try and think of these things in terms of dollars because obviously a lot of you watching are American. So it's like, it was like $1 cheaper. Because normal Funko Pops are about, say, $15, $16. This guy was, well, like $1 cheaper. But that's not the only thing I got. Obviously, as you know, I don't know where I'm putting this into the video, but I have the Korg from Thor: Love and Thunder. And the only thing that kind of annoyed me about it is that obviously it's from Love and Thunder, which is my least favorite MCU movie. And this pop that I have right here, that I just got, is also from that movie. But I hate Love and Thunder. I absolutely hate it. It is my least favorite MCU movie. And it is because of this. Gore the God Butcher, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the reason why I have been wanting this guy for so long, because he's been in many stores for the same price as Eddie over here. But, you know, today I decided, you know what, I'm just going to bite the bullet, I'm just going to get him. I don't think he was in their system, because what happened was they had scanned him, and they had this guy in the store for like months, you know, a very, very long time. And they scanned him. And the lady looked really confused. But then I went to go tap my card. This is 300 Rand, right? 300 South African Rand. This was 150. So this thing was like, freaking like $7 or something like that. $8. But yeah, it is literally half the price of a normal one. So I can't believe it. I got it. I waited a long time to get this, and finally I got it for literally half the price, which is amazing. There is the other Gore, which you can see over there. There is that Gore the God Butcher with the tentacles and stuff. But the reason why I got this one is because, first of all, it was the one in stores, and I'm too lazy to order online. But mainly because, as you can see, this one has the mouth. His mouth is open here, which just looks awesome. And I just prefer the pose of this one. Plus, he's holding Stormbreaker. This will go down in history as the most wasted character in all of Marvel. Because not only did they waste an amazing character who easily, I know we had Willem Dafoe just return as Green Goblin at the time, in No Way Home. So, but this guy, Gore the God Butcher, could have been the best Marvel villain ever. Because obviously, I mean, look at the storyline in the comics. Then, not only that, they wasted an incredible actor with Christian Bale. He's phenomenal, honestly. If you've only seen the Dark Knight trilogy, you have not seen what that man is capable of. There, in those movies, he doesn't have to act that much. But when you watch something like American Psycho, Oh my god, that man is amazing. He's so good. So to see that they wasted this character, oh, it's heartbreaking. But yeah, I mean, that's enough rambling on. Back to the video. This is number 40 and number 41. So yeah, back to the video.
Then we have Jake Sully from Avatar. I did just watch Avatar like 2 weeks ago, and my god, it was amazing, man. And this pop, I think, is absolutely stunning. And just the box, I think, captures the perfect vibe of the film. Next to Jake, we do have Nancy from Stranger Things Season 4. This is the scene where she just lights Vecna up with her shotgun. And yeah, I mean, obviously, I needed Nancy. She is the hottest character in the show. She's my favorite. She's badass. And yeah, man, just her with a shotgun. Perfect combination. Then on top, we have the Transformers. We have Bumblebee, who I did just get yesterday. And we have Megatron. Still waiting for an Optimus Prime. And then I will have the perfect trio of Transformers. Then down here, these are the last two. We have Rexy from Jurassic Park. Of course, one of the most iconic creatures in movie history. Oh my god, Rexy is awesome. And this pop, I think, is pretty much perfect. And then, to end off, we have the most random one. And that is the Frog of Thunder. This is supposed to be like a frog version of Thor, but he was literally in the movie for about 2 frames, maybe a second, maybe a second and a half. This guy is such a useless character, but my god, does it look cool. I did just get it because obviously I wanted a big Loki Funko Pop, and my god, is this thing just awesome. So there's these 6, and then we're gonna put Eddie on top there. And then Gore the God Butcher over here. You know what's funny? I literally put my drawings here because I was like, this is the main part of the room. Because as you can see, by my bed, these are like the posters and stuff. So over here, I was like, you know what? I'll put my big drawings because everyone can see it here. It just ended up getting covered with the Funko Pops. Oh god, I said all of that with one breath. So yeah, those 2 have now been added. Editing Charade 2.0, I have changed this up so at least there's some organization here. These are the 2 randos over here, obviously not connected to each other. We have Poe from Kung Fu Panda and Jake Sully, and then we have the Thor Love and Thunder row, then the Transformers row, and then the Stranger Things row. This, I think, is definitely, it's just smarter than how it was before, because only after I recorded the video, I realized, wait a minute, I can actually just, there's 2 Love and Thunders, 2 of these, 2 of these. So I was like, oh, that's perfect then. And then we'll just have the 2 randos at the bottom. So yeah, that is it for the collection. I do hope that you enjoyed. And yeah, man, I love collecting these things. I'm definitely going to go bankrupt someday, but it's fine. Please let me know your thoughts on the collection, and please, any ideas on how to improve the display, please let me know. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.